People. Que pasa, sakpa, say what they do. Now the first thing that is popping in the news is some texts that I've been getting, messages, and it pertains to the incident that occurred in Montego Bay, in which the 9-year-old, he was in a car with his mom. Gunman approached the car, take out the mother while she was trying to navigate some potholes. Took her out the car, lick her up in her face, take with the car, Audi, very expensive car, not one of those common cars in Jamaica, so therefore it would be hard to be hiding in a plain view in a car like that, so therefore that was red flag number one. Anyways, they took away the car had a child, 9-year-old boy, his name is Gabriel King. Later on, they found the car not too far away. The youth was found DEAD, then bust him short. Now people, when that incident occurred, I said a whole lot of things kind of look fishy, kind of look shaky, kind of look iffy. The whole thing just did not make too much sense. And people, I understand that Jamaica is a mad and crazy place. However, when we analyze stuff, we see some weird things, and the way that Jamaica is going right now, we cannot trust anybody. So I say this to say that, first thing first, and I am not saying that the lady is lying, because anything is possible. I don't know the underlying story. First thing first, when there's any sorts of kidnapping, I always think that if you want ransom, two heads, meaning the mother and the son, would have been a better bargaining chip than just the son. But just as I say, money for the mother, money for the son. Any rational thinking kidnapper would think like that. I would assume I am not in that category. Now people, since that video or that news came out, people have all sorts of things to say, and people, you understand, social media, Jamaicans are conspiracy theories. Jamaicans like rumor, Jamaicans like propaganda. So anyways people, when I base what I do, I base off facts. If I get word on the streets, word on the ground that listen, you know, so this lady name a call up and people have said this, the mother have something to do with it. The mother planned all of this. Now people, a couple of persons contacted me and them say, you know, say, I lie the mother tell. You know, say, people are say, as she set it up, is a setup all along. So what I do when I get those messages, I contact people that I know, credible people, and I ask them. And they say, yeah, them hear the same rumors, however, it is not from a credible source. So I say this to say that it does sound suspicious. However, whenever me hear anything and the source kind of shaky, the source have a reputation of being shaky, I do not quote from shaky sources. Me no know. The whole thing kind of sound suspicious to me. And if I was to give my honest opinion, I would say something don't sound right. Something in a something, and people like them always say, wherever there is smoke, there is fire. So people, first thing first, like me say, the average thinking kidnapper, gunman, they are not the brightest or the sharpest tool in the shed, these criminals in Jamaica, so therefore we cannot be surprised if them do any sorts of dumb scheme and a monkey wrench is thrown in the program and them abandon or them take with the purse, because them desperate, so they will do any sorts of thing. Them have a plan A. If plan A don't work, the whole thing, the whole plan, the whole scheme basically goes to smithereen, and anything can happen, any card can play. However, when I look at the facts of the case, and people, I am not trying to implicate anybody or cast any sort of guilt on anybody, but me just as say, the mother story sounds shaky, or the criminal them fourfold, or wicked, or evilous, or demonic, whichever way you want to put it. Now people, the 9-year-old that lost his life, his name is Gabriel King. The father, meaning stepfather, I think his name is Mike Issa. I said he is the owner of a business, secure something another. So we say that he is more a stepfather. And people, there is one picture that I've seen on social media with the mother of Gabriel and also her husband, Mr. Issa. I think that lady's name is Lisa. Don't quote me on the name. Name is not important. The message. So I say this to say that based on information that I got, it is said that, well, it is obvious that this lady is a younger lady than the man, Mr. Issa, and people. Them say love is blind, sometimes love dumb, sometimes love fool. So therefore, whenever we see anything like this younger man, a younger woman with older man in Jamaica, it is a regular occurrence. It is she give him some of the liquor pumps and him give her some of the financial support. So therefore, we know that they are gold diggers, and we know that there are persons that are out there that will have relationship with men or even women just because of monetary gain, because of finance. So therefore, it has become a regular thing. However, based on information, like I said, this youth he has autism, he is autistic. That is the description. So you know that when you have youths, kids that are autistic, they give a whole bunch of problem, a whole lot of responsibility. You have to be very patient. You have to be one of the best mothers in the world to deal with them, because they can be a handful in the way that they act, the outbursts, their response. It's just a whole lot of work. You have to be a very patient person. So therefore, maybe I would say the average person might not be able to deal with an autistic child. So I say this to say that, could this have been a case in which, and people, like I said, I am not pointing any finger at anybody, I am just speaking in general terms, hypothetically. Could this be a case where, alright, this woman meet this man, him have some money, they go into the relationship, and at first it is okay because, like me say, him get a nice little beautiful lady and she run some good loving, good company, whatever the case is. It does not have to be sexual. It could be anything. They are comfortable together. However, with the son, as time goes by, it becomes less bearable. It becomes less comfortable for this man. So therefore, there might be some sort of conflict in the house as it pertains to that, because people, at the end of the day, remember, this child is a stepson of Mr. Issa. So therefore, it is not B-L-O-O-D, even though them say B-L-O-O-D is thicker than water. However, people, that is not the case as it pertains to Jamaica. That is basically a myth right now. However, the point is this. You are going to be more tolerable if that child is actually yours. You're going to be less tolerable if that child is not yours. So therefore, what you would put up with as the biological father might be a little different if you're not the biological father. Worse, if there's trouble in paradise. So people, I say this to say that I don't know the relationship, and I think that it is very unfair for people out there on social media, including myself, to even use this as a possible what could have taken place. Because like the Popo say, they are getting some leads. There is preliminary investigation, and they have two motives. They were tight-lipped. They did not say. They did not point any sorts of finger. However, people, we understand professional investigation versus word on the streets. The court of public opinion. The court of public opinion gives its verdict at the spur of the moment, in a second, in a split of a second. So therefore, it is more like hearsay. It is not concrete evidence. It is just what people feel. However, what people feel is very important in today's world, social media. So therefore, if people feel a sort of way, and that is based on the fact that the whole story does not sound right, because if you're going to kidnap, like I said, you're going to take two instead of one. It is more negotiating tool. Better ransom you can ask for one versus two. Why not just take everybody if this was random? But when this lady claims that them liquor in her face, jog her out of the car and drive off with the car, people, it sounds kind of shaky. I'm not even going to lie. And people, this is not based on what people are saying. Me just say, when I listen to the whole thing just sounds a way to me. And people, if you're an average thinker, you might think that way too. Now people, like me say, me not really know. But something is something. Because the truth and the fact is that Jamaica is a cold place, and we see these youth, them barefaced, them brawling, they are evil. So therefore, the bar is set so low right now that anything we see, we can say, well, we're not surprised. However, this is kind of surprising, because the fact is that this youth is 9-year-old, this youth is autistic, and them end up finding him with him short bus. So therefore, we have asked the question, was there some sort of plan, or were these persons paid by somebody specifically to take out this youth? And what was the reason? People, me just say, I am just thinking, because we understand, so listen, social media, we have an opinion. So therefore, don't get it twisted, don't get it misconstrued. These persons, if they are innocent, meaning the father, and then even more so the wife or the mother, we just say your story sounds a bit shaky. So until we hear or get concrete evidence to verify or validate what you say, right now we are going to put a question sign on it. So people, I am just giving my opinion. Let's wait and see what the Popo has to say, the investigators, the detective have to say. Let's let them go over the crime scene. Let them trace back any sorts of call, any sorts of evidence, any sorts of paper trail that was left. Hopefully the people that did this, if them get catched, they will come out and spill their guts and say, yeah, this person pay me or that person pay me. And then there won't be any sorts of doubts. However, people, it is just a whole bunch of questions and very little answer. However, everything sounds suspicious right now. Everybody is a suspect until they are cleared. Because people like them say, you are innocent until proven guilty. However, as it pertains to the court of public opinion, you sound sort of guilty. However, we want you to prove that you are innocent. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, that is my views on the whole thing as it pertains to that. And like me say, it is just my views and opinion. It is not the gospel. Your views and opinion can be respectfully different from mine. But let me know what you think in the comment section. Bless up.